Okay, yeah. There's three bed tracks that we included on the reissue, and it's the recordings of three of the songs. I was in the habit at the time of, I've made so many records now and done it every which way that you can, live, straight up live, piece by piece, overdubbing, extravaganza, everyone in a room, everyone in their own little cubby, in 2 days, over the course of 2 years. There's so many ways to make records. At that moment of Little Plastic Castle, I was really beating my head against the task of recording a vocal and an acoustic guitar at the same time. It's hard. It's hard. I've been doing it now for 30 years and it's still hard because you have two microphones in close proximity. And as you know, because you know your tech, it's phase issues, The guitar mic's going to pick up the voice and the voice mic is going to pick up the guitar. That will make them not sound good. For the layman or whatever, the average listener, it's, my ear is now attuned to the sound of phase issues, I can hear there's phasiness between microphones, but for a normal person it's just I feel bad in my tummy. I don't know why. Turn that off.
Yeah.
And so I was solving the problem at the time by we would record the song, we would take the song live in the studio, and then I'd go replace the guitar without singing, and then I'd go sing without playing so that I could have a better sound on both of those elements. But you lose something. You gain a cleaner sound, a more isolated sound. You can manipulate the vocal without bothering the guitar and vice versa. But you've lost something of the moment that it all went down in, So when I went back transferring these master tapes of that record to hard drive, because they're on all these bygone formats that are melting in a warehouse, I was going through the process of digitizing them, and that was crazy times. Like sitting there in a room with yourself 25 years ago, yourself and your friends, your fellow musicians, and not just hearing the takes go down one after another, but the banter in between. You really put back recording yourself for an afternoon and then sitting down 25 years later to listen to the conversations. Whoa. And feel where everybody was at. It was very surreal and hilarious. Totally hilarious. And there was one day that I recorded As Is, Two Little Girls, and Gravel with Sarah Lee and Jerry Murata, two just amazing musicians who are on that record. And Jerry was coming in pretty darn cold. Sarah had brought him in because we were changing it up. Andy Stochansky and Jason Mercer are the drummer and bass player on much of the record. But for those three songs, I recorded with Sarah and Jerry and trying something new. And so, Jerry was learning the songs in the studio, coming up with parts. And I encountered the bed tracks for those three songs and with the original vocal, the original guitar. And, there are imperfections, yes, but there was an energy. If you're me, you have to wonder, you have to second guess everything because that's part of the gig. Did something get lost when I redid that vocal? Did something get lost, in the overdubbing? So anyway, I just thought maybe that was a thing to share, those original recordings. So I guess maybe we're going to play Two Little Girls, me and Sarah and Jerry in that room in Texas that day.
Do you want to tell us anything about the song for those that don't know about this song?
This is a song about one of my, girlfriends when I was young. So I think it's one that has been kind of queer anthemized over the course of its life. And it's a song about a dear, dear one who was very self-destructive and feeling powerless watching a friend self-destruct. I would like to say in postscript that she is great now.
Oh, good.
And really leading a great life with a beautiful family and a beautiful wife. So there.
the boat from Virginia. I had a year in New York City under my belt. We met in a dream, we were both 19. I remember where we were standing, I remember how it felt. Two little girls growing out of their training bras. This little girl breaks furniture, this little girl breaks laws. Two girls together, a little less alone now. This little girl cried wee, wee, wee all the way home. We'll always have crazy, now look at you, baby. You make about as much sense as a nursery rhyme. Love is a piano drop from a four-story window, and you're in the wrong place, the wrong time. I don't like your girlfriend, yeah, I blame her. Never seen one of your lovers do you so much harm. I loved you first, and you know I would prefer she didn't empty her syringes into your now you bring me your bruises like an ooh and ah the display. Maybe I'm supposed to make one of my famous jokes that makes everything okay. Maybe I'm supposed to be the handsome prince who rides up and unties your hands. Or maybe I'm supposed to be the fruit brow friend who thinks she understands. Here comes an old naked me padding up to the bathroom door to find little naked you slumped on the bathroom floor. So I guess I'll just stand here with my back against the...
I remember Jerry, before he showed up that day, he said, "Can you get 5 snare drums and 5 sweatshirts and have them there for..." I was like, okay. And he was into this thing where he would just have a bunch of detuned drums with shirts over them so that they were all thuppy and thucky and
Cool.
it's cool. Yeah, cool sound.
And Sarah
That was
Lee.
just his jam at the time,
Oh
and
my
so he brought it
God.
to those songs. Love that drum vibe though.
The sound is incredible. And Sarah, I was just going to say, sorry to cut you off, is Sarah Lee's playing is just so good. She's so
Forget about
good.
it. I know.
Oh.
She's just amazing. She's so melodic and so, I mean, her bass lines are just they're just made the songs. They were just so great.